you're scrolling peacefully through your phone. A funny video, a cute animal, a positive headline, and then a crime story, a disaster, a scandal. You stop, your heart rate changes, your attention locks in, and suddenly you're reading something you didn't even want to read. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain is wired to prefer bad news. Not because you're a negative person, not because you're broken, but because deep down, your brain still thinks you're living in a dangerous world where survival depends on spotting threats first. Today, we're uncovering why bad news spreads faster, sticks longer, and feels impossible to ignore, and why good news quietly slips past unnoticed. This is the science behind negativity, hidden in plain sight. Your brain didn't evolve for happiness, it evolved for survival. For most of human history, the biggest threat wasn't boredom or stress, it was death. Predators, starvation, violence, disease. Missing a positive moment was harmless. Missing a threat was fatal. So your brain adapted. It became exceptionally good at detecting danger, remembering threats, and reacting to negative information. This is called negativity bias. It means your brain gives more psychological weight to bad experiences than good ones. Think about it. One insult can easily outweigh 10 compliments. One scary headline can eclipse 100 peaceful moments. This ancient bias kept your ancestors alive. But in our modern world, it's constantly hijacking your attention. So, why does bad news feel so much more important? It doesn't just feel worse, it feels urgent. That's because negative information immediately activates the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center. The amygdala doesn't ask questions, it doesn't analyze context. It asks one thing and one thing only. Is this dangerous? And when the answer might be yes, it sends alarm signals everywhere. Your heart rate increases, your focus sharpens. Your memory goes into high-definition mode, recording every detail. Good news, it barely triggers this system at all. From your brain's perspective, good news is optional, but bad news is critical. So your attention automatically follows the path of danger. Now here's where it gets unsettling. Bad news doesn't just grab your attention, it can become addictive. Every time you read a negative headline, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol. Now, that sounds bad, but it also increases your alertness. Your brain interprets this heightened state as, this matters. Stay engaged. So you keep scrolling. Not because it feels good, but because your brain thinks it's gathering vital survival information. This is the mechanism behind doomscrolling. It's why it feels so hard to stop. It's why negative news keeps pulling you back, even when you feel drained and overwhelmed. Your brain is stuck in threat monitoring mode. So what about good news? Why doesn't it stick? Good news activates a completely different system. Instead of the amygdala, it engages areas of the brain linked to calm, satisfaction, and safety. And here's the problem. When your brain feels safe, it stops paying attention. From an evolutionary standpoint, safety meant no action required. So good news fades much faster from memory. Studies show that negative events are remembered more vividly and in greater detail. Positive events, on the other hand, often require repetition to really stick. And neutral information, it's often forgotten entirely. Your brain basically treats peace and quiet as background noise. Now, modern media didn't create this negativity bias, but it certainly learned how to exploit it. Fear drives clicks. Anger drives sharing. Outrage drives engagement. Bad news spreads faster precisely because it triggers emotional arousal, feels urgent, and demands your attention. Algorithms don't ask what's healthy for you. They ask what keeps you watching. And thanks to your survival-oriented brain, they get the answer every single time. So, can you override your brain? Here's the good news. Ironically, you are not powerless. Just being aware of this bias weakens its grip on you. When you understand that your brain overweights negativity, misinterprets modern threats, and confuses information with immediate danger, you can start to interrupt the loop. Simple changes can make a huge difference. Try limiting your news intake, especially first thing in the morning or last thing at night. Actively seek out positive information stories about progress, kindness, and innovation. And most importantly, just pause before you click on that next sensational headline. Ask yourself if you really need that information right now. You're not ignoring reality. You're correcting a prehistoric setting in a modern world. Your brain is not broken. It doesn't love bad news because it wants you to suffer. It loves bad news because it wants you to survive. It's simply doing what it was designed to do, just in a world it was never designed for. Once you see that, you can choose what truly deserves your attention. And sometimes, the most radical act of self-care is letting good news matter again. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden science behind everyday behavior, subscribe to our channel, because your mind is doing incredible things even when you don't realize it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.